At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
Importantly, this financing coincides with NAFA's historic decentralization agenda. By July 2026, we will open our first regional office in Harper, Maryland County, bringing services, regulation, and opportunity closer to the fishing communities that form the backbone of the sector. This support also aligns seamlessly with preparation for Liberia's first post-war fisheries investment conference, scheduled for March 30 to the 31st, 2026. That conference will signal to the world that Liberia's fisheries sector is organized, transparent, and open for responsible investment. This EU financing represents a major leap forward for Liberia's fisheries sector. It will establish the frameworks needed to reduce post-harvest losses, strengthen quality assurance, and improve units of measures for fishmongers across the country, resulting in better incomes, fairer trade, reduced waste, and improved food security for our people. On behalf of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, I extend my deepest appreciation to the European Union for this partnership and for the confidence reposed in our leadership and in the government of Liberia as a whole. Together, we are ensuring that when Liberian fishermen cast their nets, they do so in protected waters, supported by strong institutions, skilled communities, and a thriving, sustainable fisheries sector. Thank you.
Acting Director General. We will now have remarks by the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, which is representing the Honorable Minister of Agriculture. The Honorable Deputy Minister of Agriculture.
Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, say good afternoon to everybody. And I would also like to add that the community on the protocol already established by the Acting Director General NAFA, as a special greetings from the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Dr. J. Alexander, who is currently out of the country. But actually come here today. I just wanted to say a very few words. In agriculture, we say fishing is life, just as in traditional setting we say colonial is life. In our agriculture setting, we say fishing is life in Liberia. Our artisanal fish value chain is crucial for a couple of things. One, food security. Two, livelihood support. Three, the giggle economy of the country. To strengthen it, we'll like to just say a few things. One, we need to improve the infrastructure. And when I say improve infrastructure, I mean upgrade the landing sites, under the Director General, upgrade our landing sites, build cold storages, and transportation to reduce post-harvest losses in the fishing sector. Two, we'll let us see how we enhance the skills of our artisanal fishermen that we were talking about. So we say we should train fishermen on sustainable practices, safety, and business management practices. Three, we want to see boosting market access with fish in our economy by saying that we should connect fishermen to markets, improve pricing transparency, and promote local consumption. The next one we'd like to speak on is supporting organizations, strengthening fish clubs, cooperatives, to amplify voices and negotiate better deals on behalf of the fishermen. Lastly, we'd like to say sustainable management of our fishing practices. We want to say kindly implement regulations to protect our fish stocks and to promote eco-friendly practices in the fishing environment. By this, we want to say let us work together to make Liberia's artisanal fishing value or fish value chain more resilient and more prosperous for the country and for our fishermen that are living all across the country. We'd like to thank you, Honorable Minister, for the invitation. And we are happy to be your urban ambassador. We'd like to say thank you. This particular facility that you are about to give us, I hope we will actually work with NAFA to make sure that those areas that are weakened get strengthened by this particular grant of loan that is coming to our country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable David Akwe, Deputy Minister of Agriculture. At this time, we now have remarks from Her Excellency, the French Ambassador accredited to Liberia. Her Excellency.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and Minister, allow me to stand on the existing protocol. As a representative of an EU member state, also want to engage in cooperation for development and partnership in Liberia, with Liberia, especially through the AFD group, of which Expertise France is a part, and represented here by some colleagues from the operator. I am here in support of a very important program again. So congratulations to EU also and Liberia for all those beautiful programs which are burgeoning in Liberia. It shows the importance and also the growing partnership between EU and EU member states and Liberia. So as I said, I'm not here completely empty-handed, because Expertise France is with the GIZ, the implementing partner of the program. So I'm very pleased on the occasion to underline and share the information that Expertise France is extending its presence in Liberia since 2023, when they opened offices for health programs of AFD. And now, thanks to the EU Liberia program on fishing and also on private sector development. So congratulations again, and thank you very much, and good luck to the program.
Thank you very much. We now have remarks by Her Excellency Donald Press, Ambassador Extraordinary Plenipotentiary of the European Union accredited to Liberia. Ambassador Press.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all. Allow me also to stand on existing protocols. We're really very proud to be here with you today to sign this commitment of a total of 25 million euros in grants in support of the artisanal fish value chain in Liberia. And I'm also really proud to say that this action is the fruit of excellent collaboration between my colleagues here in the office, colleagues in headquarters, Government of Liberia, NAFA, Agriculture, Minister of Commerce, MFDP mainly, but also others. And secondly, also, I'm really proud to say, as the French ambassador just said, this is a real Team Europe work initiative where we work with France and with Germany, with GIZ and with Expertise France. And that's why we really wanted to have this signature this week, because we have our colleagues from Expertise France and from GIZ here with us this week to continue to work on the formulation, further development of this program. So I think it really shows our commitment to the artisanal fish community along the coast of Liberia, And of course, this action aligns with Liberia's arrest agenda and supports the national fisheries priorities. It also, on our side, reflects the principles and the priorities of our Global Gateway Strategy, which is really our strategy to connect people in a sustainable way and providing decent jobs to all. So this includes sustainable resource use, nature-based solutions for green recovery, and it contributes to our objective of poverty reduction. For us, sustainable blue economy is really important, and in this regard, we recognize the importance of the fisheries sector to Liberia, both in terms of economic importance, but also in terms of food safety, livelihood, and nutrition security. We all know the importance of the fishery sector for Liberia's GDP in terms of employment, but also for fish processors and for nutrition, for growth. In particular, in the artisanal and aquaculture fishing, supporting livelihoods and food and nutrition. There's an important potential also of the fishery sector, and we support the development of agriculture through our collaboration with the CARI, with the Agricultural Research Institute, and including through our recently launched private sector development program, we will also support businesses, economic development and access to finance, also in the fishery sector. So with all of these programs, we try to focus on the same value chains, in this case, the fisheries. We also support food safety, working with Liberia's Standards Authority, including also again in the fishery sector, doing inspections together with NAFA. And this is, of course, we have seen lately an important concern in Liberia through challenges with imported frozen food. The latest challenge also shows the importance of moving away from imports and focusing on local production, transformation, and processing. And this program will aim to assist the government and the local fisher communities along the coast in increasing local production and processing, creating local employment and strengthening capacities to face imports and to reduce your imports. Well, the program will initially focus on the local and regional markets. The European Union, together with the government of Liberia, also, of course, looks to the future. And jointly with the government, we are organizing the Liberia-EU Business Forum, which will take place in Brussels next month on the 24th and the 25th of February. And that will, we really hope, and we're working towards success, providing opportunities for Liberia and European businesses to connect. And of course, fisheries is an integral part of this encounter, and we'll be happy to have with us the DG of NAFA and Minister of Finance and Development Planning and Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Commerce. There's really a potential here for growth in jobs, for income, for fisher families, and revenue for the Liberia government for promoting economic and business linkages. We hope also, of course, that the EU-Liberia Business Forum will be a good stepping stone for the fisheries investment conference that the DG of NAFA just mentioned, and that will take place 1 month later on the 30th and the 31st of March here in Liberia. But of course, we also still need to recognize that a lot needs to be done to achieve what we want to set out to do. There are still many challenges and hurdles in terms of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing that should be overcome before the EU can lift this yellow card that we have. And then secondly, once this yellow card is lifted, we also need to do much more in terms of safety, sanitary, and phytosanitary measures. But we're hopeful. And this hope comes from a very constructive dialogue that we have with the National Fisheries and Agriculture Authority. We have very transparent and open exchanges and there's a big drive towards professionalism. The EU-Liberia Sustainable Blue Economy Partnership is alive and kicking. Of course, we also recognize the importance to develop industrial and semi-industrial fisheries, yet this should not be at the expense of the local fishers. They are a very important contributor to Liberia's economy. And that is why this program that we are about to sign focuses on significantly expanding this potential for the benefit of the government of Liberia and its economy, but most importantly, for the benefit of Liberia's fishers and fishmongers and their families. And with this program, strengthening the artisanal fish value chain of Liberia, we are here for the coming 6 years to work together, to face the challenges, and to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Excellency, Madam Ambassador, and members of the European Union delegation, Your Excellency, the French Ambassador, President of Liberia, official of government at the high table, member of the senior management team of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. At this time, it is my pleasure and honor to now invite the Honorable Auguste P. Kafwan, Minister of Finance of the Republic of Liberia, who will now respond officially on behalf of the government of the people of Liberia. Minister Kafwan.
Thank you very much. Excellency and honored priest, head of EU delegation to Liberia, Ambassador, Republic of France, and EU partners here, the acting Minister of Agriculture, Honorable David Akwe, representing the Honorable Dr. Artisanal, and the acting, I don't know where I get it right now, Director General, I'm sure I have the acting. Director General of NAFA, Deputy Minister Myers, Zuo, Ade Jones, Assistant Minister Willens, colleagues, members of the full estate. It is quite interesting that I just came from Europe to come to a program signing an agreement with Europeans. The EU is a strong partner of Liberia, and the partnership spans the ages. As I said the other time, this partnership has been tested and tried, and it is in tough moments that we know the true friends. The EU has stood with us in taking teams. Last year was a tough year, but was a good year at the end. It was good because the EU and some of our partners stood with us, stepping up where others were retreating. And we note with appreciation that a very crucial hour, the EU budget support coming in very timely and reducing some of the pressures that we face as we deal with government and its challenges. And we met triggers. There were triggers set. It was not just freely. We do this, we agreed targets, and we met the target, justifying and qualifying for the support. The target was not only met, the target was not only met by the Ministry of Finance, but all the government entities, ministries and agencies. So on behalf of the President, let me thank all my colleagues across government, cabinet ministers, director generals and others who worked with us to ensure that we met the target for 2025. I usually say that the reward you get for doing a good job is the ability to do more job. So we have some targets we need to meet. 2026. From the history, we are governance setting that will be all the targets. This project, this assistance is good in a lot of ways. One, it is grant assistance, grant. It is not loans. So, Minister Zuo, Deputy Minister of Economic Management, he controls two key areas of the ministry: aid on one side, grant on debt on another side. So debt management is under him, aid management is under him. It's good that this is put in the aid category. You know, that although debt is aid, it is grant. So we don't have to do all the hard calculations that we do on the debt side. But the good thing about this thing is, we always talk about bread and butter, the bread and butter issue. We're talking about empowering a very critical sector, the fisheries sector. And you didn't bring, cartoons of fish here, with dry rice. No, don't see cartoons of fish. But you have come to help us to fish for ourselves, to do for ourselves, to empower a critical sector across 9 counties on the coastline of Liberia. It's going to give employment to our people. It's going to empower them. They're going to be cold storages. One of the problems is loss. Our people go and struggle and get on the high seas. They bring the fish, and to store the fish, it becomes difficult. Some of their effort just lost through post-harvest losses. This is going to help us to reduce that. We're going to do a whole lot in helping us to empower our fishers across. You're going to help with ice making costs so that we can store the fish that our people catch and can sell, and can, as a result of their sale, they can choose to buy bread, they can choose to buy bread and butter, they can choose to do other things, including sending their children to school. So I'm very happy that it is not two sectors are being impacted here. The agricultural sector, my colleague, Dr. Nuta, should be very happy. And also the education sector, because you are impacting on the University of Liberia and Tubman University, educating and preparing people in this critical profession. We will work with you, Madam Ambassador, as we've done before, to ensure that the joint aspirations we have for development in our country is achieved. I was with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and we did some stopovers in Brussels, discussing with our Ambassador J. Liba, and in preparatory talks for the EU Liberia Business Forum. And you talk about that should start on the 24th February, 2-day forum. And the planning is well on the way, and I think I'm very impressed with what we are planning. It's not just about grants, about loan, but it's about the private sector. If we are to impact hugely on the development challenge of this country, we need to bring the private sector of Europe closer to the private sector of Liberia for win-win partnership. That's why we're going to see, and I know that many companies across Europe are subscribing, and we're trying to connect Liberian businesses to European partners and that sector ministries will be there to make the case to say that we have a new Liberia. New Liberia. And this new Liberia, as I usually say, we are not where we want to be yet. But we are not where we were yesterday. Because where we were yesterday, where we are today, today is much better than yesterday. And tomorrow, working in coordination with all our partners, the EU, in our efforts, tomorrow promises to be much better than today. And given the momentum, we are very certain the day after tomorrow will be much better than tomorrow. That is the commitment of the president. That is the commitment of the vice president, entire government. And we will continue to work with you all in order to prove ourselves deserving of partnership. So thank you again, and we look forward to tangible outcomes, not in the speeches we make, but in the lives of our citizens, the non-counties across our country. Thank you very much.
Honorable Final Minister, we now come to draw the Sunday ceremony.
We'd like to say a big thank you to the Honorable Minister of Finance for eloquently.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education